So I made the purchase. I was telling you guys about. If you guys were watching the last video, you guys know that it came in. So I just got my SSD, you guys. So my hot storage, right? So the one that I decided to go with was the 2000 megabits per second. It has a read and write speed of 2000 megabits per second. This, as I told you guys in the last video, is the #1 thing that I feel like all photographers should purchase, especially now being that it's Prime Day, or even when you do Black Friday. But put it in your cart, save it in your cart, because you're gonna need one, okay? Whether it's this SSD or it's another form or type of SSD, you're gonna need one. I recommend this one because it's waterproof, dust proof. I've dropped it, I've had it literally everywhere, and I've done so much different things with it. I've had it on the back of my computer, I've knocked it against things, I've dropped it, and I've never had one fail on me, ever. Okay, and I can confidently say I've never had one fail on me, and I can stand by these. There's a lot of other good SSDs that a lot of my other, members of the community use, but I personally use these. All right, and they have a little clip for you to be able to hang on your thing. Boom, boom, wop. So this is the one that I use, but I did pick up a few more things as well. Not everything came in yet. Not everything came in yet. I'm gonna just let you guys know that. So let me zoom you guys out a little bit. Yeah, like that. So first thing I got was some clips. I got covers for my car keys. Yeah, if you guys know, got the new whip, things of that nature. Did my first payment today. Sad, very sad, but we needed a new car. But I got this right here, so it's a little, goes onto my actual key. My key's been falling apart for some reason, so that's actually kind of cool that I got it. It comes with like a little keychain and stuff like that, like a nice little solid keychain. That's pretty cool. That was 50% off. It's usually $14. It was $7 for two, which is actually really cool. These right here are covers for a AirTag, right? So if you guys ever travel a lot like me as a photographer, I decided to get these AirTag covers, and my first time actually ever getting AirTags as well, with the 3M stickies on it, and it literally just looks like a knob. Like, it looks like it's nothing, right? Yeah, but this thing unscrews for you to be able to put your AirTag inside of it, right? And it's water sealed, waterproof, things of that nature. And you could put it onto your Pelican case or your Nanook. I have a Nanook. I don't personally have a Pelican. Put it onto your Nanook case. You can put it to fabric, whatever. You put it inside of your bag, but it looks like nothing. Like, it looks like I would discard this. It looks like a piece of gear. That's why I really like this. You can stick it to the inside of your car, inside of your door, wherever, because it just looks like another piece of gear. It doesn't look like anything. So this pack came with 4 of these, and it was, I think, 40% off. So I spent like $20 on these. These was actually really cool. This was a necessity that I know I needed to pick up, because I've been looking at it for a long time and I hadn't gotten me no AirTags, but I've had a lot of missed gear and bag situations that kind of gave me a little bit of fright, right? Another thing that I got was this right here. So this is a little tarp that I'm gonna be using for when I'm out doing, on location shoots, whether it's, in the grass, and I don't want them to necessarily, mess up all their stuff. They're gonna sit their stuff down, or if we're in the sand is a really big one. All right, sand, and even if it rains, I can cover up my gear. So this right here, it's a heavy duty waterproof Terrapollen, whatever that's called, but it shows you right here everything that it can be used for. So the picture that it has on here is kind of like, it says cut resistant camp DIY projects, vehicles, trucks, sports equipment, patio furniture, farming equipment, etc. And has a whole bunch of different ideas of what you can be using it for. But I got this because I'm going to be doing a water shoot soon, and I know that I could use it for a lot of other things as well. I got this for also $15. That was also a good deal. And then this, right? So this is what came in so far. This is an outdoor portable camping shower. I know a lot of you guys probably have seen those like photo shoots where they have the water raining down on them and they have the shower in the studio. I've been trying to recreate that vibe with my small studio, right? So my studio is not super big. So I was thinking about because I think the space that I actually occupy with my backdrop and everything is like a 10 by 10 space. So I needed something that could work within that 10 by 10 space. I'm gonna put like a little tarp down. Stay tuned for those shoots, right? I'm gonna be using this. I'm gonna hook it up top. But what it does is you can put this little compressor part that comes with it. It's like a little compressor that comes with it. You can put that little compressor part into the water, right? And you charge it up. It has like an 8,000 milliamp battery. You charge it up, comes with a little storage case, things of that nature. You charge it up and you put the milliamp battery part into the water, and it's gonna suck up all the water and it's gonna power it out through the head nozzle. And I'm probably gonna just hang the head nozzle to the ceiling or something like that and have it kind of raining down. I don't know yet, no idea. Don't know what's gonna happen, but I do know it's gonna be lit, whatever I do decide doing, and I'm gonna have it kind of dark around the sides. Maybe the tarp will be the backdrop. I have no idea yet, but I do know I'm gonna have a tarp on the floor, and I'm gonna have the 2x4s in a square, and I know that is all guaranteed. And then just having the tarp and then having the water come down, but getting the water out, I don't know yet how I'm gonna do that, but we'll figure that all out when we get there to that shoot time, because I might do little spurts of water here. I don't know. I have zero idea, but I do know that this is going to come in handy, so I'm gonna try that, because I might have to get a second one of these. But this is also for some reason on sale for Prime Day. I don't know why, but it's a camping shower, so that's pretty tough. I'm gonna open that up, show you guys that at some point. you guys be able to see that. So you guys see the shoot and you be like, oh my God, how'd you do that? That's exactly how. But we're really here for this. So this SSD came in today and I'm gonna literally put it together. I was waiting for this thing for a minute. I told myself that when Prime Day came, I was gonna go ahead and get the 8 terabyte. But bro, when I looked at the price of the 8 terabyte, I could not like, even though it was on sale, it went from $700 to $400. I couldn't wrap my head around spending $400. I was like, $400. Like, I was like, can I really? I was like, bro, I got a car payment. I got all this other stuff. I'm like, bro, real raw unfiltered. I'm like, can I really fathom spending that much on an SSD at this moment right now? Nah. So I just got me another 4 terabyte one. I was like, bro, let me get some 4 terabytes rather than worry about that. It does have a little bit of weight to it for sure, but it does have like a metal, metal like accents to it. You guys can see like this little metal part, and then right here is where you can put your dongle or your carabiner inside of. And then it comes with 2 different transferring cords. One has a USB to type C, and the one has type C to type C. The type C to type C, I don't know if both of the connectors are fast. All I'm gonna say is I preach that I think the type C to type C is way faster than the USB to type C. So yeah, but when formatting this, you want to put it into your computer and you want to make sure that you format it as Mac OS journaled, because Mac OS journaled is how you're going to be able to read to the actual SD card. So when you go into your computer, you want to go up to where it says disk utility. Go to the search bar, go to disk utility, and you want to go to where it says Mac OS journaled, and you're gonna erase this and format it, right, to format to your computer so you can use it in its totality, full space, everything on your actual MacBook. Okay, and you can also partition this as well. If you want to partition it and you want to make it to where you use 2 of the terabytes for this, 2 of the terabytes for that, 1 of the terabytes for here, 1 there, 1 there, whatever the terabytes, however you want to split it up, you can do that as well. But me, I just use the whole thing as one. I used to partition it, but then I was like, man, why partition it? You just have more tabs for no reason. And then, you know, force this drive to do more than it has to do when it's all going to be in the same thing anyways. I just make folders. So that's what I've been doing. But this right here changes the game for everything. So this is my new hot storage. This is the, I want to get the name correctly for you guys. This is the Extreme Pro portable SSD. So the SanDisk Extreme Pro portable SSD, and it has a little bit of weight. It has a little bit more weight than the other one. It has 2,000 megabits per second upload and download speed. The one that I had before only had 1,000. So this is literally twice the speed of the one that I had before. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up disk utility. Open up disk utility on my Mac. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and look for it. So it's just say Extreme Pro right here. I'm gonna look up Extreme Pro, and now I'm gonna go to right here where it says erase, right? I'm gonna hit erase, and when it asks me what I want to name it, when I erase it, I'm gonna change the name to what I want to erase it as, right? So I'm gonna say, I'm gonna call it 4TB, I'm gonna call it 4TB Pro, right? SSD. And then I'm gonna change right here where it says exFAT, because exFAT is a universal language. So exFAT is when you want to be able to use it between a Mac and a Windows computer, but the best way to optimize it is to what you're going to be using mainly and primarily. So if you're going to primarily be using a Mac computer, you need to primarily put it into Mac OS extended journaled. Okay, don't do case sensitive, do extended journaled for using Mac. Okay, and then Windows is going to be a totally different format, or you would keep it as exFAT or m.sfat. But for us Mac users, we're going to do Mac OS extended journaled, hit OK, and I'm going to hit erase. And now it's going to go ahead and erase it, and it's going to essentially format it to work directly with your computer. And if you're somebody like me that uses these always connected to their computer and never taking it off of their laptop, I literally glue it to the back of my laptop, then you can also change this to be a primary SSD, to where it kind of tricks Lightroom into thinking that this SSD is your primary SSD. But the only problem is if you ever detach it, you have to reformat it. Not reformat it, but if you ever detach it, you'll have to always have it attached in order to use the computer. That's the only thing. So that's the only downside, is if you create it as your primary SSD, which basically tricks your computer to thinking that your external SSD is an internal SSD, you will always have to have it connected to your computer in order to use your computer. That's the only downside, right? So I've done that before in the past, and I've done it with my 2 terabyte, but I never did it with my 4 terabyte. But I'm gonna use these 4 terabytes as extended storages, and as separated storage. I'm not gonna make them as internal, because I just need them for like my extra files and to be able to dump things on when I'm done with weddings and different things like that. Okay, so now to partition it, like I was telling you guys, you want to go up here, right, to where it says partition, and then right where it says partition is going to ask you, it's going to say, how do you want to partition this device? You want one partition, 2 partitions, 3 partitions, right? You can literally change it to 4. It'll do an even 1 terabyte per partition, and you can name every single different partition that you have. So you can name the first one client videos, personal videos, whatever. But keep in mind, if you were to partition these, it's going to create multiple different external drives. So this one external drive that you physically touch and hold will show up now as multiple external drives once you complete a partition. So you can partition it into 2. You can make client and personal, but being that I use multiple SSDs for my one laptop, I already have a whole separate SSD that's personal and a full separate SSD that's for clients. Okay, so that's how you do that. And yeah, so that's just some good little quick game try this again. So yeah, that's some quick little free game for you guys. As far as storage goes, I know how it feels to lose your storage, and I don't want you guys to lose your storage. So make sure you get you an SSD. I don't care how expensive or how cheap it is, get you an SSD and edit on the SSD, because I have had some people lose their files, including me. I'm speaking from experience right now, man, and I don't want that to happen to you, because it sucks to shoot a wedding or an event or something like that, or something pivotal in someone's life, and you lose those files, and it's something that definitely can't happen again. So set you up a space where you can have a hot storage, a medium storage, and a cold storage. All right, hot storage, warm storage, cold storage. Set you up a little space, and the first thing to knock off the list is a hot storage. Get you an SSD for a hot storage. It won't fail on you. All right, get one of the ones that I recommend, okay, because I can vouch for those. I have like 8 now, so I can vouch for those. I can't vouch for the other ones. So I'm gonna put the link down below for you guys, and I'm gonna keep you guys updated on anything else that I pick up and that I think would be, beneficial to you guys and your workflow. Until next time, Taxi.
Oh, there's the cookies. Be right back.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it.